So, January, you can hunker down, stay in, and then get a bit depressed, or you can get yourself out for less money. Posh nosh for not much dosh. We like that. Sounds good. Well, loads of restaurants in Newcastle are slashing their prices next week for Restaurant Week. I know that Sunderland have one as well. All sorts of places have them. But here to tell us a little bit more is Ben Whitfield from organisers NE1. We've chatted loads of times, Ben, so lovely to meet you. This is an exciting week for you, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is. No rest for the wicked after Christmas and New Year, straight into January and Restaurant Week.
Yeah, so just for people that don't know, people that might have moved to the area, people that have never heard about it before, just explain what it is.
Yeah, really simple concept. 2 weeks of the year, one in January, one in August. Over 100 restaurants in the city centre offer 2 and 3 course menus for £15, £20 or £25.
Yeah, so it's a load less than it normally would be.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
And in terms of restaurants involved, who's getting involved, and have you got new people getting involved?
We do, yeah. We have a cohort of regulars, as you might expect. There are people who've taken part all the way back to 2012, and then it's pretty much a who's who in the city.
Yeah.
We are very lucky that a lot of people look forward to it.
Yeah.
A lot of new venues, when they're coming to the city, get in touch to say we've heard about it and we want to make sure that we're included. Cafe Andalus famously did that, got in touch before they'd even opened to say, mark us down.
Yeah.
This year, one I'm particularly looking forward to that's new is Salparo. It's a Greek restaurant. It's just opened on the side opposite Babucho,
Right.
the premises that used to be Root. So we're delighted to have them involved. They've only been open for a few weeks and they were the same, got in touch and wanted to take part.
Great stuff. I think the thing is that going out for meals it is expensive. We're a family of 5 and then partners will end up coming along, and it is an expensive thing to do. So it's kind of, lots of people can't afford to do it. But this week does bring the cost down significantly. It's a chance to do something special, isn't it, I suppose?
Absolutely, yeah. And we see people, take advantage of it in their own way. So it may be that you save up towards it and you mark it in the diary and you want to go to a specific place where you know that it's going to be a set price.
Yeah.
And you can factor on that and you can make that work and you can make plans around that. Or you see it the other way and people take a chance to go somewhere that they wanted to try and sort of take a chance on it. Or you can do what my wife and I do every time accidentally. Go, think that it's going to be really cheap and then order a load of sides and a load of drinks and a load of other things and end up spending the same, but you get far more. So you can sort of tailor it as you like it and make of it what you will, which is the best part.
And also, I guess it's the chance to get out, because when you think of, lots of people doing dry January, we chatted about this yesterday on the show, I'm doing it. And one of the things that the lassie who's Hannah, who's from Mum's Day, was saying, because she's been sober for 7 years, and she was saying the thing is when people go sober, they tend to think, all right, well, I have to just stay in, I'm not going to do anything. Yep. But actually it isn't about that. It's about going out and doing something else and also helping the economy, the local economy.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the 2 restaurants, the restaurant weeks last year were worth £1 million each to the industry. So that's how many people sort of come into the city and spend money.
And that means more jobs for the city.
Well, absolutely, yeah. More hours for people. I know chefs can get a little bit tense because it's a busy week, but it means they know they're going to be busy in a time that could have been quiet, and then that just keeps sloshing around the economy, because then the week after they might have a few days off, but they've had a few more shifts, so they go out and they treat themselves. So it's almost like a bit of a jump start into January to say, right, okay, Christmas is out the way, let's have a couple of weeks of figuring out where we are, and then we'll get back to it with Restaurant Week.
Fantastic. Well, my 3 have already organised date nights.
Fantastic.
Leaving me and my husband behind. So great, because otherwise we'd pick up the blooming bill, because that's how it works.
Well, get on the website, it's not too late. You can find a place for your husband and you to go and enjoy some peace.
And you mentioned a restaurant which I'd never heard of it before. Indian restaurant. What's it called?
Kai Kai on Queen Street. It's the owners of Dabawal, and as I was saying to you before, Gordon Ramsay said it was the best curry that he had ever had, and if he could fly one meal out, that is what you would fly. So
really?
Kai on Queen Street. It will be very popular, so it might be a struggle, but we often find early evening, or if you're not fussed about eating a bit later, or lunchtime, there's always a way you can sort of get yourself squeezed into these popular places.
Fantastic. And if people want to find out more, Ben, or there might even be venues listening, I know it might be too late for them to get involved now, but for August,
yeah, absolutely,
where can they get in contact?
Getintonewcastle.co.uk is the website, and you'll see all of the menus on there. Restaurant Week is on the front page. The first thing you'll see, all you have to do is click through there, and then you can just take an afternoon, sit with a cup of tea and browse all the restaurants, make yourself really hungry and book up.
Great stuff. And just generally, Ben, we were just saying off air, because both of us have read the story today about Tesco, I think it was Tesco and M&S, or saying that actually despite the kind of fears that people are having, they actually had an okay Christmas, that run up to Christmas.
Absolutely.
What's kind of the sort of general vibe in town at the minute in Newcastle?
Feels really positive. Yeah, the footfall's tracking really well. A lot of the retailers are sort of cautiously optimistic. I think there's always a sense when things are in the news that you're almost waiting for that to transpire, and there's a bit of sort of guarded optimism that actually we seem to be doing pretty well,
right.
And everyone seems really positive. And then it's such an exciting time in the city anyway, with all the development that's going on, and then the football club riding that crest of a wave, maybe out of form slightly at the moment, but it's still a really positive place that they're in. There's cranes in the skies, there's new buildings going up, there's new restaurants opening, as I've said. It feels a good time for Newcastle, and really the next couple of years there's a lot of things that are going to come into the city and really keep lifting it even higher.
Great stuff. And when something good happens, it ripples away. And Sunderland, I know they do their restaurant week very importantly.
They do.
And good things happening in town. Good things will ripple out to wherever you are. Ben, thank you so much, very much for being in with us today. Much appreciated. So get into newcastle.co.uk.
.co.uk. That's
Brilliant.
the one. Thanks so much.
Ben.